Hey guys, so I officially finished my second semester like a month and a half ago, but it's taken me forever to film this because I have been catching up on my life basically. I dread the thought of going back to school, so I basically just try to, postpone everything. I've been trying to postpone school because, like I said, it's just so nerve-wracking. You basically finish school and you're done. You don't want to know anything about it. Like, I hate it. When you start your school, your semester, you're like, when I go on vacation, I'm gonna, study my booty off so that when I go into that semester, I'm the best. But no, it doesn't really work like that because you're drained. I was getting to the point, I think I mentioned in some other videos, that I was getting to the point that I didn't even want to read like street signs. Like, I just didn't want to know where I was. Like, it was super hard. I had been maxed out with the reading, and if you have seen, like, I think it's my finals week video, you will see how thick that book was, that I basically read all of it except for like maybe 2 to 4 chapters. You guys hear that cricket? I swear to God. I wanted to be quiet when I film a video, but crickets. Now on to my second semester experience. I loved it. It was my favorite semester out of 2. Like, I loved my first semester because it was basically my introduction, and it just, it widened, or it opened my eyes to what nursing kind of was, because I really didn't expect nursing to be so, it's gonna sound real stupid, but I didn't think it was gonna be super hands-on like it was. Like, I have been blessed, and knocking on wood, to be a very healthy person. Thank God. My family's been relatively healthy, and I hope it continues to be that way. Like, I really do. So thank God I hadn't been in the hospital too much. The only real experience I had was that my parents worked in a medical facility basically my whole life. So I saw a lot of the things that would go on, and then I worked as an administrative assistant at the same medical facility. So I did have a little bit of background, but not as much as like in a hospital. So if you guys volunteer, that's great. You guys get to see it beforehand. But either way, I didn't know it was so crazy. But my second semester, you go in with a little bit more confidence. You're still terrified because my first semester was basically just med-surg. General med-surg. I was in telemetry, so I got, patients that were just there, like, because, they felt headaches. And then I had patients that, were there, like, intubated and sedated and everything. I had med-surg, I was in the OR, and I had ICU as well my first semester. This second semester, I had Obgyn and pediatrics. I love both of them. I think that this is my calling, especially like NICU and stuff like that. I loved it, and I was super afraid that, pregnant women and babies, when I walked into my OBGYN, because that was my first half, I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, these women are going to be hormonal. They're going to be real mad at me. These kids, I don't know how I'm going to take it. They're sick, they're babies, and seeing them sedated or intubated or what have you is going to be absolutely heartbreaking. And if you guys want to see more about my OB experience, I have another video, I'll link it. But yeah, no, it was a great experience. I loved it. The women, for the most part, thank God, they were pretty happy women. And then my pediatrics, I was going to make a separate video, but I'm like, why not just incorporate it together, right? And pediatrics was amazing, and I was super scared to go, in the unit where the kids with chemotherapy were and the kids with BMT were. I was terrified. My clinical instructor had told me, that it was a very sad unit, and it is, don't get me wrong, but you get the best feeling, especially these kids. They're so strong. They try to be so strong for their parents. So, you see them in their worst, and then as soon as you help these kids get better, you see that smile, and you just know you've done the best thing. It also is a lot of work. I will just 100% tell you that. There are kids that I remember that I was like, hey, sweetie, I really got to put this chuck under you, and he did not want to move. He was very, very stubborn. He didn't want to, he was in a lot of pain too, so I get that. But he was very stubborn in his ways too. He had actually rebelled with his mom and his grandma. I'm not gonna say how because I'm afraid of HIPAA, but it was, he was just in pain and rebellious because he was 7, or 8. So he was in that stage where he's still a little kid, but he's also going into like I'm a big boy kind of a thing. So But anyway, I loved it. I absolutely loved the whole experience, and I don't know, maybe I will want to go into OBGYN or pediatrics. I really enjoyed it, and I had the pleasure of doing my rotation at the Children's Hospital, so I did get to see a little bit of everything. So at the hospital, I was in, they say it like for example, like 5th floor, right? So I was in one of the floors, which is like kids med surg, but I saw kids with like cystic fibrosis, and I can't remember the other things, but I really can't remember the other thing. That's really weird. There was this girl that had this really weird named condition, like hydroholoceph something. But yeah, I saw a lot of that. Kids that were there because of like their diabetes. Then I also had BMT, and this is bone marrow transplant. So these kids are basically in their room for days. It's pretty intense. I had like the chemo unit, and I also had this thing called IV Axis. So it's the vascular access team, and this team just goes around the hospital putting IVs. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was great. Just beware, like if you do have that in your hospital, that you do a lot of like holding down. I also had PACU, and PACU basically is the pediatric anesthesia care unit or post anesthesia care unit. I don't know, but it's basically where the kids come after their surgery, so you're waiting for them to come back from their sedation. And yeah, you see surgery and you see post-op, so it was a very nice experience. So yeah, that was the pediatrics. I don't know if I'm missing any. I probably am. Oh well, it's fine. But for the most part, that was it. And yeah, like I said, the best part is that when you see these kids smiling, it makes you feel so much better, and it makes you realize like about your life, how lucky you are to be healthy right now, and how we complain about the smallest things and then we don't let it go. I feel that it really made me feel that I am super blessed to be able to go in there and try to help them, and these kids are just so amazing, and they really just show it, because when they feel a little bit better, they'll smile, they'll play with you, they'll interact with you, and they'll put a brave face on for their mommy or their daddy or whoever's there for us, whatever. They'll put a brave face, and it's amazing. So now on to the second semester classes. So I don't know, I liked it. It was specific on one thing, basically. Don't get me wrong, pediatrics is super hard, because pediatrics, you basically have to learn everything from med-surg, right? For little kids. So you have to know the different blood pressures, the different, normal temperatures, the different, everything, pulses, whatever, right? Oh, another thing you have to learn is, at least I had to learn, like the effects of these things on the parents, on the siblings, all that, and on the child, and how the parents react for children's death, the siblings react when the child dies, or when the child accepts that, he will die, or however, right? So pediatrics is super hard because of the developmental things you do have to learn. OBGYN was a bit easier. Honestly, it's pretty intense in the aspect that you didn't even know there was so much going on there. You get me? In a woman, but at least for the most part, it's all the same. You're going to learn about the reproductive system, including the breast because you will be doing a lot of breastfeeding teachings. But other than that, I think that's what made OBGYN a little bit easier, even though my professor kind of tested a bit hard. But, you know, study-wise, I managed to read all the chapters, like I said, except the few that weren't assigned. I had the app in my phone, and then the best thing is questions with rationales, like I've said before, and that's what I'm going to continue to do for my next semester. I do have another video with study tips, so I will link that as well. But yeah, no, it was the best. I survived it. It was easy, but hard as well. Like, I'm not saying that it wasn't hard, but it's kind of crazy how much more comfortable you feel doing some things. Basically, guys, I'm halfway there. Currently, right now, I am in an online BSN program, so I take classes summer and winter. So I'm doing that. So basically, I'm not 100% out of school, but let me tell you, I am 80% out of school because online is amazing. All you have to do is post. If you guys want me to talk about that in another video, I will, but it is amazing. And I'm happy for my third semester, even though I am super scared. I am so anxious. I am so nervous because I don't know what to expect. This semester, I am going to have geriatric, med-surg, and psych, and I am very, very I don't know what to expect at all. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if I left a few things off. If you guys think I did, or you guys want to know something else about the experience, send me a comment. I'll answer. But did I say send me a comment? But yeah, that's basically my second semester experience, and out of the two, it's been my favorite. I've loved the whole experience, and hopefully for you guys, when you guys do that, because I have heard that these two classes I took are for some people their third semester. Hopefully you guys really enjoy it, and I know you guys will. I wish you guys all the best of luck, whether you are in nursing school right now or about to begin nursing school. Don't be afraid. It's okay. I know it sounds kind of lame for me to be telling you this, but you're going to be fine. This pep talk is for both you and me because I need pep talks right now. But yeah, you can make it. You can do it. It's hard. It's doable. And it is mentally painful at times. And it does do some things to your emotions at times, but you can do it. And summer comes, winter comes, and you deserve it. Just enjoy your life on your break, and then when you start school, just remember that it'll be over in a few weeks, months, maybe a year like me. And yeah, I wish you guys nothing but luck. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and talk to you later. Bye.